Next, the Packers visit the Big Easy to take on the Saints, who are without Drew Brees for the first time since 2005. It's the start of a new era in New Orleans, and it's only on EA Sports.
Here's the kicker, Aldrick Rosas, ready to get us going. And we are underway from the Superdome. On the return, Deontay Harris. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And we get a look at Jameis Winston, ready to lead this New Orleans offense for the first time in his 7th season in the NFL and his 2nd with the Saints.
This is a big change for everyone in the Bayou country because Drew Brees is no longer the starting quarterback, so there'll be a new starter for the first time since 2006 for the Saints. Jameis Winston, as we all know, unlimited potential, has a 5,100-yard season on his resume in Tampa. But turnovers, that's the biggest part he's got to change. If he does that, he could take the reins and really run with them in New Orleans.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston, that's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Incompletion there for Winston. And Jameis, of course, carries such a boom or bust proposition at the quarterback position. He can light you up or he can give games away. So defensively, what's the mindset with a quarterback like that?
For me, it's playing more coverage than it is blitzing him because I think that he has so much confidence in his arm. He may take an extra chance or two. And if you have enough guys downfield, you get those tip balls or you're able to make a play on the football at the point where the ball gets to the receiver, then you've got a chance to make some good plays against Jameis.
Then he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. He's got the tight end, Vanette. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. From the 25 on 2nd down, Winston. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now it's a bootleg with Winston. Open man is the tight end, Troutman. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. Try to pound it in, Kamara. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Jameis to throw it. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. 2nd down and goal. Winston to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints are on the board here first in the season opener. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. Now we get a look at Aaron Rodgers as he gets set to lead this Green Bay Packer offense. Rodgers now in his 17th season in the league and, of course, coming off the MVP trophy.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down.
I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they're backed against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the 3rd level before you know it.
So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. Now it's Rodgers. That's Isabella open on the right side. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Rodgers. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Cameron Jordan so tough to block as he gets in there to record the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Rodgers. Looking downfield for Jones. He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they just use to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
For the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Rodgers going to throw. And able to find Allen Lazard. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Rodgers looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Oliver. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They go back to the ground with Jones. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 34. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll go with Jones. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back could get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, Mickey.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw is Rodgers. Throw left side, complete to Isabella. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Finds his tight end Oliver here outright. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're off for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. Rosas' kick is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that's incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, that play really didn't fool them. They completed the screen pass, but for lost yardage, a really nice play by the defense.
On 4th down, the Saints bring on their new punter for 2021, Blake Gillikin, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Now here's Ross. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around, 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. To throw, it's Rodgers. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Running out 1st down is Jones, but he's not going to get much, maybe a couple. And it's 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Able to find Isabella. Touchdown! Andy Isabella from 19 yards away. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there. Really
good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead grows to 10-0. Saints nothing. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Here's Harris to return it. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Now Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that 1st quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times, it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the 2nd quarter. From the 35 on 2nd down, Rodgers. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the 2nd quarter. He's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have... The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now, as with every potential turnover, you're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Aaron Rodgers, we focus on him for our Players Spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
And he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. Oh, some strong running. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Making the catch, this is the tight end, Oliver. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Rodgers again now. And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard. Allen Lazard there to make the grab. And the Packers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Rosas now to add the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Here's Harris to return it. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 9. Now Winston. Over the middle, complete. That's Thomas. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Makes it 3rd and 2. From the gun, Winston. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We begin up in East Rutherford, the season opener pitting Denver against Big Blue. And it's the Broncos who are out in front. Javonte Williams, a touchdown run in that first half. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington football team at home at FedEx Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting L.A. Chargers.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. All right, right, Coach. Thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Well, the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
The give is to Jones, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
This defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and a yard. Throwing now is Rodgers. And Watson has it right side. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
26.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with the referee. So a costly penalty yardage-wise, as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit, because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Josh Oliver, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So this looking more and more like it is going to be a successful kickoff to their campaign as they add on here.
And partner, you know NFL coaches, they're on the sideline thinking about all the little things that need correcting. But for the most part, they've got to be ecstatic with the way this season has started out.
Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. That time a 6-play drive, and the result a Green Bay score. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Here's Harris to return it. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half. Well, they showed a 5 receiver set, had the backfield empty, and lined the running back out to the left. Plenty for the quarterback to process both pre and post snap, but he was able to find his man, and it turns into a big play.
has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he goes out of bounds and looks like right at the 50.
Out of bounds at the 50-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup.
Winston now from the 50. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 39.
And the Saints, 1st down.
To the air again with Winston. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. It's Preston Smith. He gets the sack there. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
After the sack on 1st down, Winston. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well. No one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner.
He was brought down by Zach Boyd.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Here we go. Not a good one, let me tell you.
CD, you remember John Elway?
Oh, boy. How could I forget John Elway and how many NFL defenses? So glad he's no longer throwing the ball around.
Well, Elway threw for 51,475 yards, and we just saw him go past that number for career passing yards.
That means...
Sean Payton not liking that last call. He's going to go ahead and challenge it. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
We play to win.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers got his man complete over the middle. It's Watson. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Looking to throw again on second down. Winston, he'll air it out deep for Thomas. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Eric Stokes. And the Packers will take over here just shy of the 30. Things just kind of continuing to unravel for them here in this second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Yeah, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Rodgers going to throw. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A give to Jones. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Rodgers now to throw. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Bring it up, bring it up. 18.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Jones. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
Now it's Rodgers. Touchdown! 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Packers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Turning into a really good performance on the road, week 1. You're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Here's Harris to return it.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their own 20-yard line. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He was covered by Jair Alexander.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Winston. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the return will stop right around the 25. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
On 1st down, it's Jones. And he stopped immediately there.
Taken down by Pete Werner.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Marcus Davenport
in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We usually talk about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Looking long for Thomas. And Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now. And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass. Off the option, it's Jones. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll go again to Jones. 81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
It's a gain of 6. First down.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 7. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
He was taken down at the 50-yard line.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. Tyrann Mathieu, the all-pro, up to make the stop. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. A nice run there by Jones on first down as he'll wind up getting about 5. So 2nd and 5 coming up.
30-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
26. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And